For 1.2.2, we need to complete the table for the factory overhead cost. So, if we study our information, let's work through our notes or additional information from point D. We have consumable stores used in the factory amounted to 22,450. So our consumable stores will be our indirect material costs. So therefore we have indirect material used in the factory of 22,450. So we have indirect material because remember our factory overhead costs is all the factory costs with the exclusion of direct material and direct labor. So we have indirect material, and that is 22,450. Let's see what else relates to the factory that's not direct labor or direct material. Indirect labor. So it's not direct, it's the indirect labor, inclusive of benefits, totaled 81,000. So these benefits of the pension and the unemployment insurance funds is already included. So therefore we already have the totality, we don't have to do any calculations. So we have indirect labor of 81,000. If the rent expense must be apportioned between the factory sales department and the office in the ratio 5:2:1. So factory is 5, sales department 2, and the office 1. Let's just go to our information to see what the rent expense is. It's in fact 278,400. So if we look at the ratio, if we add up the components, it's 5 plus 2 is 7 plus 1 is 8. So 5 out of the 8 parts needs to be allocated to the factory. So we need to calculate therefore 5/8. So we need 5/8 of our rent expense, which is 278,400. So we have to take 278,400, multiply by 5 and divide by 8. So 174,000 is in fact our rent expense. So we said rent expense 174,000, and we obtain it by taking the 278,400 and multiplying it by 5/8. Next, number G, 75% of water and electricity must be allocated to the factory. So 75% of 134,900. So water and electricity. we have 134,900 times 75%. So 134 900 times 75 divide by 100 as it's a percentage. 101,175. Then number 8, 2/3 of the insurance expense is for the factory. So insurance is 46,800, 2/3 of that is for the factory. So we have insurance, the total amount is 46,800. We want 2/3 of that, so multiply by 2/3. So 46,800 times 2 divide by 3 is 31,200. During the year, 8,000 desks were produced at a cost per unit. Desks are sold at fixed selling price. Okay, so that doesn't relate to the factory overheads. Let's just go through the other information. Let's see if there are transactions during the year that we still need to consider. Yes, there are in fact factory sundry expenses we did not cover yet, so we can transfer. So factory sundry expenses. So that amount was given as 38,699. Now it's a matter of adding up to get the total. So we have 31,200 plus the 38,699 plus the 101,175 plus 174,000 plus 81,000 plus 22,450 is 448,524.